Are you wasting money on Amazon product research software? Everywhere you look, people are telling you you need to get Jungle Scout, you need to get Viral Launch, but is it really true? Today, I'm gonna show you an absolutely no-frills way to find profitable Amazon FBA products with absolutely no paid software, no Chrome drop-downs, and no BS, while still getting results just as accurate as the most expensive software on the market. What's up, Empire Builders? JT Franco here, and I'm super excited to bring you this one because I know how much of an impact it can have on your Amazon FBA journey. So when I was at the 10X Growth Con, I met this guy named James, and James came up to me and he said, "Yo, JT, I've been watching your videos. I'm 15 years old, and I want to start Amazon FBA when I graduate high school." So he had some time yet, but the problem was he told me, I have no credit card and I can't pay for these software. Like if you look at Jungle Scout here, it starts at $39 a month to Viral Launch going up to $400 a month. And he's just saying, you know, I want to get experience. I want to start looking for products so that when I'm ready to start, I have at least maybe a list of a few products. I have experience and I can start with the ball rolling, hit the ground running. And I sat him down, I showed him this method, and he just told me a few days ago that he now has a list of 7 products that he's running with just from this method alone. He paid absolutely no money and he was able to get that product research ball rolling absolutely for free. So that is what we're gonna get into right now. When I do product research, I don't have strict criteria. Like what people will usually say is have monthly sales of 300 units a month, which will be at least 7,000 revenue per month, with a price point of $17 to $45 and a review count maximum of 75 or 100. The problem with that is that you are really capping yourself. You're putting yourself in a box, right? And the thing with that is that if everyone is doing that, and people say that all the time, Amazon's getting competitive, right? Because everyone's doing the same exact thing. So of course, it's gonna be competitive within that box. So the way I do product research is different. I have 5 pillars. So when I'm building an empire, as an empire builder, which you are if you subscribe, so make sure you subscribe right now to become an empire builder. But if you're an empire builder, you're gonna know the 5 pillars that I use, which is the sales signs, the opportunity balance, the grand slam screen, the empire potential, and then the cash flow, and then also looking at offer versus commodity. So that's the kind of more of a conceptual way that I do product research. But again, that's way too big for the scope of this video. So if you want more on that, definitely join our free mini course below. Absolutely free. Or if you want to join the full course, the Empire Academy, it is 50% off right now while I'm redoing the course. And then if you join now at 50% off, you're grandfathered into the brand new course when I launch it later on very, very soon. So that's just something I want to put out there, is that I'm not looking at strict criteria. I'm looking at more vague criteria so that we can really capitalize on opportunities where other people aren't looking. But I just want to show you that this product discovery tool can be replaced by just finding ideas elsewhere. So what we're gonna do is actually go ahead and use the Amazon new release method, which I've shown a few times on this channel. I'll link it up here if you haven't seen it yet, right up there. But all you gotta do is go to Amazon new release. So Amazon new releases, right? And once you hit there, you're gonna get this page right here, and I'm on Canadian, so I think it's gonna pop Canadian for me. You can go to bestsellers or new releases. The thing about the new releases is that they're hot new releases, right? So they're not just things that are randomly new popping up, because there's obviously new things coming up every second. These are things that are new and hot and that Amazon sees is selling, right? So what we're gonna do is go through the categories. So this is a replacement of the product discovery web app, because like I said, you're putting in these criteria and then it's popping up products. So what we're gonna do here is have the criteria mentally in our head, right? So our criteria that I look for is, first thing, reviews, because on this new release page, like I said, it's hot new releases. So Amazon is saying that these are selling, these are hot items. So if we can find a product here that has lower reviews, then it's a new product that's selling well. So it's a new market that is showing people are buying from it. And if it has low reviews, that means maybe that there is low competition. So I'm gonna go by department by department or category by category and look for products that might fit this, right? So this is what's gonna replace the product discovery tool. So now I showed you from the product discovery tool, what people are gonna do is then go to view on Amazon, where they're gonna search this up, like 12-piece choker necklace, whatever it is. And then once they find that here, they're going to pull the drop down. So now that we've replaced the product discovery tool, which is the top of the funnel, now we got to look at how can we get that drop down replacement. So now we're going to turn to the trusty Sheets, okay? So Google Sheets or Microsoft Excel, whatever you want to use, they're pretty much the same thing. But I like to use Sheets because it's free. Again, everything for free here, right? I'm not going to get you to pay for anything. So this is how we're going to replace this dropdown. So the most important things about the dropdown were the product, the price of the product, the BSR of the product, how many sales that BSR is translating to, how much revenue those sales are translating to, and then how many reviews does the product have. So when we're looking at a product, say garbage can again, right? On this page, and actually hold on one second, one more thing you need to get is DS Amazon Quick View, okay? This is 100% free. It's just an extension right here. It's not a Chrome drop down like Jungle Scout or Viral Launch. It's just a little extension, okay? Now what this little extension does is that, as you can see, when I go to Amazon, I get this little box below these products, right? This little box, and it pulls out the BSR for me. So it's gonna tell me that this garbage can is 6,461 in home and kitchen, all right? So that saves a lot of time, because the alternative to that would be clicking into the product and then scrolling all the way down to the product details, the product information, and then seeing the BSR right over here, right? So instead of clicking onto each one, you get the BSRs right here, and you're gonna understand why that's important in a second. All right, so this right here is gonna mimic our dropdown. So you can use any method you want. I'm just using the new release method right now as a replacement for product discovery, but there's a lot of different ways to get ideas, right? Get ideas for products, and then the most important thing after that is this, to see if that idea is worth anything. So let's just scroll through here and I'll show you how this works. So I'm looking at products that have low reviews that have potential, right? So when I say low reviews, between like 150 or less, okay? 150 or less is something that I would dive into. Now again, I'm doing this in real time, so I don't, we might not find anything, but I'm just gonna do this in real time so that, you know, you can see me actually doing this. So here's something, digital fingerprint pulse oximeter. So let's say it's got 12 reviews, it's $26, right? So pulse oximeter, so let's go look that up. Pulse oximeter, I guess, I don't know what the heck it is. Now this is small item, it is electronic. So what you would pull the drop down here, right? But we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna look at the reviews first. Now the thing here that you're probably wondering is, okay, you see the reviews, but that doesn't mean anything if you don't know how much that's actually in sales. Now that's where the trusty magic of this whole thing is gonna come in, and it's a Jungle Scout free estimator. So just Google that, right? Jungle Scout free estimator. It's the first link that comes up, and this is where the magic happens. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, now you're gonna know why the BSR is important. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take a BSR. So let's say this guy has 18 reviews, right? And he's 36,726 in health and household. So we're gonna go here, choose we gotta choose marketplace first. So United States of America, health and household, right? And you're gonna enter that rank. So the rank was 36,726, okay? So you're gonna calculate. Now you're gonna get the sales. All right, so it's 120 sales a month. So now what does that really mean for us? So now, based on just this, we have almost everything that the drop down would have given us. So what you would do is go ahead and write down their name, Yonker, right? So you know which brand it is. Yonker, and then I would hyperlink it with the actual link, right? So you got Yonker, you have their link there. Now what you're gonna do is then fill it all out. So you got the price, right? $17.99. Oops, $17.99. Their BSR, 26. And then you're gonna enter what the sales popped out from the estimator, right? So 120 sales. And then what you wanna do here for revenue is actually do, to make your life easier, go equals B2, and then asterisk there, times D2, right? So that's gonna automatically multiply the price by the sales. So the revenue per month is 2,158, and then you go click on the cell, right? And get this little thing, the corner, when you get this little, like a cross thing comes up, and just pull it all the way down, right? So pull it down to like 19 or 20. And then from there, whenever you enter a price, and the sales number, it'll automatically enter the revenue for you. So you got your little automatic drop down. So now, as you can tell, you're like, okay, now what? You got one down. What you got to do now is actually go through and fill them all out with everyone, on the first page, right? So you do the first page and you do that manually, right? So that's how that method goes. So let's just keep digging. Use 900 with 6 reviews. Now remember, BSR, the lower the better, right? And then the thing about this method is that I know it made it look super time consuming by doing that whole thing. But as you get used, as you look at it, keep on doing it, you'll understand what a general BSR range means, right? So you'll understand by looking at the BSR roughly how much it means, right? And then just based on that, you can get a better feel. So you're not just looking at every single product, filling out 20 things for every product, and then realizing, oh shoot, that's not good. You're actually going to be able to just eyeball it and be like, okay, based on this, I can, maybe dig into this and then look deeper into this product. Now, based on this product, this is something that I would look deeper into. Right, you got relatively high BSRs with lower reviews. The price point's not horrible, and as you go down, seems like there's people that are doing quite well. The market's pretty flushed out. There's a lot of people doing different bundles, different packaging for it. Like over here, 707 in computer accessories. And that's another thing about the BSR is you gotta look at where the category is. So let's just look at what 707 in computer accessories looks like. 420. So this guy is doing 420 sales a month with 35 reviews at $27.99, right? So at $27.99, let's just put that in here really quickly. 420 sales, we said. So he's doing $11,000 every single month with 35 reviews, right? So that is where I would probably flush his page out and see exactly what it looks like. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so I'm done mapping out the first page. So what I would typically do, and we're gonna compare this side by side between my chart and what Jungle Scout and what Viral Launch have to say. But typically what I would do is I would map out the first few, like the first outliers, like the guys who are really killing it, right? See what their sales and their BSRs are looking. So like these guys from 174 to 290 to 552, right? I'll see what their revenue's like, maybe the top 3 or top 4. Then I would go to the mid-range guys and see, okay, now there's an obvious number of mid-range guys here who have like 50 to 30 reviews. Now I want to see what those guys are doing, right? And then if there's more sellers at the bottom, maybe there's a bunch of sellers with like 1 to 15, 20 reviews, and I'll see what that range is doing, and then that's how I would judge it. I wouldn't actually map out every single seller because that's not 100% necessary, but I would map out the segments of the markets that are obviously divided, right? And see, is there a middle point, is there a middle ground where we can get in that market, and if we hit that middle ground, can we do well, right? And we don't have to compete directly with these guys with 1,200 reviews who are doing $59,000 or $96,000, but maybe we can get in with the guy who's doing like 53, who has 3,000 revenue, and this guy who has 7 and has 11,000 revenue. What's the difference there, and where can we slot in, right? So let's do a comparison side by side to see how accurate this method is compared to the actual drop down. So we got Jal, who's at, it's a hilarious name. I don't know why, but Jal is at, so I got him here at $29.99. Sales are $3,010 and revenue $96,000. So the real one on the Jungle Scout says sales $63,000. So that's a little bit off, right? Let's keep going down. Bell and Howell. So Jungle Scout has them at 5,400 revenue. And we got the 5,200. See, so the estimates are close here. Elzeus, 66,000. We got Elzeus 52,000. Wild Jew we got at 3,500. We got them at 3,300. Everpest, 25,000. Everpest, 19,000. So you can see the estimates are within a certain range, right? Now let's see what that compared to with the Viral Launch drop down. Okay, so let's just keep going down the list. So Looney, we have at 11,700. We got 13,000. V-Power, 45,000. V-Power here, 48,000. So that's actually closer. Funny enough that we're using the Jungle Scout estimator, the prices are actually closer on the Viral Launch dropdown. So again, within ranges, because again, these are all estimates, but this is the way you can actually estimate this market and look at it without actually having the dropdowns. As you can see, we pulled the exact dropdown numbers and we were within range of both under over with Viral Launch, under over with Jungle Scout, and we were able to do this manually just by reverse engineering exactly the data that's here and the free data we can get from the Jungle Scout estimator. But I hope you can see and I hope you understand how this works and how you can actually do the dirty work and the bare bones of what Viral Launch and what market intelligence are giving you and what Jungle Scout is giving you by just using these free tools. So as you can see, it is a longer process. I am actually got pretty tired just doing this. So when is this something that's useful to do? Is this something I would actually recommend doing? So in the case of James, who came to me and who just couldn't buy, couldn't afford to get Jungle Scout, couldn't afford to get Viral Launch, I would definitely suggest this as a method of looking at products. And because it is a great way of actually understanding the overview of it, you have a much greater advantage over everyone else who is just clicking that drop down and just looking at certain columns and not really understanding everything else to it. Now, that being said, Viral Launch Market Intelligence is going to speed up the entire process, right? You're not going to have to spend hours mapping this out and going from BSR to sales, sales to revenue, and then looking at the reviews and putting it into an Excel sheet. You can just one click that drop down, and you got it. So if you do want to get Viral Launch, click the link in the description. It is a 50% off coupon code, so you don't have to pay the full price. It's 50% off right off the top. Now, Viral Launch versus Jungle Scout, which should you get? I do suggest Viral Launch just because of their product discovery tool is just so amazing. And when it comes, like you saw, Viral Launch to Jungle Scout, the estimates are going to be estimates anyways, and you're getting a ballpark range. Now, I do have both. It's because I like to play with both and look at the estimates of both. But if you're going to just pick one, I would go with Viral Launch. Again, 50% off in the description. So hopefully this opens your eyes to a way of doing product research that's outside of the box, that will give you an edge, that will give you advantage over everyone else who is just doing the, mainstream basic way of doing it. This is a way where you can get your hands on it for free. You can start doing product research for free, and you can really get your hands dirty and just start playing with it and really understanding the bare bones of what product research is, so you can start finding products faster, more efficiently, and become a master of Amazon much quicker. So if this did help you out, please let like, because it does help me out. And again, quick reminder, we have a free mini course in the description as well as the 50% off link for the full Empire Academy. As I build out the brand new Empire Academy 2.0, you can get that for 50% off, and then you will be grandfathered into the new course. Even at the new price, you get all for free for getting that 50% off right now. So thank you again for watching, and thank you for being an Empire Builder. And if you're not an Empire Builder, click that sub button to become one today. And what is an Empire Builder? An Empire Builder is every single one of you that grinds day in and day out to build your very own empire. But the crowning jewel, the marking factor of an Empire Builder is that you never give up, because you know that your empire awaits. I'm JT Franco, and I'll see you in the next one.
I am made to be free.